Phoenix from the ashes. Newly emerged. Phoenix, the fairy tale bird that rises from the ashes of the past, reborn, transformed. We often read in the scriptures that one must first die in order to truly live. This does not mean a superficial death. The term die, as used here, actually means a complete dissolution of what was before. The internalization of the existence of a different, diametrically opposed system of thought from our own. This verb of death is certainly apt. All lost? This implies, one will hear protests, that everything one knew, thought, and concluded is irrelevant. A thing that one really cannot accept. And in fact, the thing is not so. Our mistake, in this view, is simply not being able to recognize truths. What stands in our way is, quite simply, what we call life. Dark ground. The path to heaven begins in your dark inner self. Many have read and heard this, many have had it impressively said and explained to them. And many understand it and would welcome salvation. But hardly anyone truly dares to take this step into the dark ground of who we ourselves are. Too great, the supposedly immense guilt, the guilty conscience about our own inner self, which arises when true love emerges. When we, in general, realize and analyze the motives in our lives. Plunge into insight. It happens. The problems, the grief, the suffering, they become overwhelming. And we reach a point of despair that seems to leave no room. Perhaps only millimeters from suicide. And we fall into the realization of something more. The structure of meaning that kept us in shape, that allowed us to function, has collapsed. We are facing apparent doom. Transformation. We burn up. Our adjectives, the algorithms, the preambles, all the laws and customs. Yet it is only our pitch-black feathers that we are burning up, our sacred spirit body is eternal, and that is who we are. We recognize this when inspiration surprises us, when we are able to observe from above. We realize with amazement that the evil dynamics we seem compelled to live stem only from these deep, dark feathers. Flame of knowledge. And we dive into the fire of self-knowledge, recognize the roots of the things we want to remove, and remember them as worthy of removal. We recognize how anger arises from our fear, we see our inflated thoughts of lack, we recognize our deep unkindness to our brothers. We now know what attachments are, perceptions, ideas, thoughts. And we are lifted up, our hearts trembling with joy, to see this, and then, filled with bliss, to take action. Conclusion. The answer to every question, every problem, every suffering will always be a loving thought. As a radiant, innocent white phoenix, freed from the black burden of words, hierarchies, and judgments, we rise, proclaiming this message across all mountains and oceans. And our word will fall like morning dew upon the minds of men, allowing them to see reality. And peace and bliss will return where before only the dark clouds of war swirled. If this text seems worth to you, please part it, place a like. Read the many books of Thich Om, visit our site www.12words.de. May you experience a wonderful time.